find him.
So it's either go for her, but die, or go get the core.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself. Only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices. And he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core.
It's a weird thing. I'm hoping this is the right choice for once. We probably will go mad with power and kill ourselves.
He looked up at the old trees around him. They were so big and so old. They'd been there before he was born, and they'd be there after he'd passed into legend.
What is this?
Was he confronting his own unimportance? What had got into him? He was no philosopher. Anyway, who cares? He was plenty important. He was a hero, and soon he'd prove it.
So we have the ice sword.
You never knew where the road would take you, thought Renato.
Yes. Hell yes. And that looks so weird. Compared to the others, that looks actually terrible. Increase attack speed by 10%. Yeah, that could be cool. Oh no. Wow, that goes quick. Is that the same with this? Yeah, a bit quicker. Again, the Emperor. Dear Zenobia, the director of the Academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow I doubt this was a session of bootlicking. I have seen plenty of those. That old toad is sincere, and I'm proud of you, my daughter. You will make a fine empress one day. On my end, great news! Professor Calaveras has been studying the Nexus, and he has made a bold observation. The toad is a true genius. You know how that island is unique, constantly changing, new crystalline formations appearing, island fragments merging, splitting, slowly drifting, held together by some invisible threads. Professor Calaveras is convinced those changes are not random, but rather indicative of the living nature of the islands. He has observed that certain changes on the Nexus follow or sometimes precede a turbulence on another island, a landslide, quake, a flood. The Nexus seems to resonate with those events. Maybe the islands are a hive mind, and the Nexus is the brain? In any case, I am funding a permanent scientific observatory on the Nexus, and it will attract the Empire's greatest minds, with Professor Calaveras at the helm. I anticipate a great age of enlightenment for the Empire. With love, Father. Well, last time we had enlightenment, we died with our head chopped off, so... what do you mean, hold R2 and strike?
The mysterious sword from
like
the
this?
east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your
Like this?
chopsticks. If that's what you really want.
You can, but the R2 energy is going fast and down. Woof. Yeah. You know how I said that in the beginning the enemies seem like dead?
Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
What the hell was that? That narrator. Good lord. Treasure hunter. Yeah. That was insanely funny. I need to heal quickly. Yeah, I was said that the enemies at the start like are not really that anxious to kill you. Well, that changed. That. Where did I come from anyway? I came from here? Yeah. Got turned around there a little bit. What's this here? I need some health, and quickly too. Yes, the time slow really seems better now. Way better.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Forgot. Was there something here? Well, this door is closed now, so I can't get here anymore. Yeah, I really need the time slow, I think.
You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this.
Wait, what?
The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be Imperial gogglers.
Okay.
That meant ravens were up ahead.
Oh, wow.
What else could you hook? There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those
I can
been
go
here
inside
before?
the forest. That's
He
good.
no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest.
Oh, come on.
The mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry
bit
too.
Bit of
This was an
laggy
unhealthy place to
frame
be.
rate issues here. It's weird. That's a different area, this one.
This chest was filled with old concert t-shirts. And something useful.
Yay, concert t-shirts. Why not? So, I can go back here, so I'll probably go this way then. Also, it becomes a bit harder to time your counterattacks too.
I'm doing that, thought Renato.
Thank God I did this. Jesus Christ. Elemental resistance. Is that needed? I wonder. Depends on what it does, I guess. I'm forgetting to heal myself. Well, this looks...
Of course there was a puzzle. You couldn't expect the transcendent Emperor to bury a god's eye in a leather sack where anyone could pick it up.
Yeah, last time the core was underground and now we're doing it a different way. That's interesting. Okay. to hurry.
Renato suddenly wished he had a marshmallow.
Oh, that was close. Holy hell. Holy hell. There we go, full health again. Oh, there are two of these? Hell yes. Oh, more. Shit. Oh, did I just do a spin move?
Renato wondered if he could learn to cook this way.
That was cool.
Probably not.
I still like the combat though. Good lord. Might be repetitive, but it's so cool. Yeah, we took a different way. Huh. That's actually cool.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his
D20,
next
yeah.
move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first.
That scientist is going to
There was
send me
an
to the
observatory
mound.
on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Although it's a different one now, but apparently, again, last time I took this it was red. The mountain side gave me red. And I died eventually, so I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go and attack the outpost.
Renato had never been much of a student. At Swordfu school, he'd
I'm still
never
gonna
read the
die again,
books,
but
just looked
hey.
at the pictures. I'm Zenobia. But weapons he
might be the
understood.
last thing I do, depending
His
on how
guts told him
fast I
that
do
the
it.
Skyripper would work great. He would use it to
probably
take
have
out the
to finish
Imperial
later.
outpost. And what's the worst that could happen? The thing wouldn't work, and then he'd take it to the scientists, right? Exactly.
Ooh, I like the mystery of this.
As he set out down the path, Renato wondered why the parts of the Skyripper had only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had discarded it. This Emperor,
look at that.
Isengrim III, had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Perhaps
back
that
here.
was bringing up lost artifacts. How perfect, then, that the Skyripper would reappear to be his destruction.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. That's the Skyripper. Oh, there we go. You asked for it.
Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles.
Oh, crap. Yeah, the Blackstone when I kill enemies indeed made me heal. With every sword.
Don't look down, he told himself. Don't look down.
And when combined indeed made me stronger, but I think this is more of a... because now we have it actually floating next to us. I think this is actually like a power weapon to destroy camps somehow, but because right now I don't feel it doing anything, at least not visible. Oh, I have the other sword now. Hell yes.
I wonder what happens if I go that way.
Is it a sword? Is it the key? Is there anything here? Doesn't really matter. It's just the effects that do more shit. Making sure I find everything. Oh yeah, what is the purplish thing? It's purple, okay.
Kill the rebel! Caught one raven. Eat the rebel! Caught another.
Yeah, the purple sword, the void one, makes you attack so fast. It's really good. Boom to your doom. All these achievements today. There we go. Chest time.
Magical jewel. Bernardo couldn't wait to find a workbench.
Interesting. Ooh, oh, give me all the energy. Wait, what? Oh.
He was tired of slaughtering ravens. Maybe it was time to test out the new weapon. He turned a knob on the Skyripper. It made strange mechanical noises. The wheels spun faster. It began to hum.
The Skyripper was following his every step. At least it acknowledged him as the master. But there was no trigger. How was he supposed to fire it? Fire, he said. Nothing happened. Well, maybe it just needed to warm up. After all, it hadn't been fired in thousands of years.
Curious now. I'm hoping to make you see what it does before I have to go, but yeah, that's pretty sick. I like the effect too.
Hey! Hey, a workbench! He could try out his new
Just
bling.
quickly checking. Increases to spell damage by 20%. Set to increase chance of rare loot. What rare loot? Gems? Yeah, I think so too. I think the elemental resistance might be better. Get hit by fire or something. That attack speed by 10%, that's good. That's critical chance, that's shield. Shield breaker. That happened. Killing the shield boys. Oh, there we go. Wow. Hello. Hello. I think I chose the right path, don't you think? Basically, it set it on fire as well. Holy crap, that's insanely good.
The Skyripper was making a whining noise now, and its wheels were spinning so fast he could no longer see them. Bernardo had a thought.
Please? He asked. Skyripper began to glow.
That should have been a cutscene, though, but
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
The outpost burst into flame.
Ravens flapped out screaming, wings on fire. The base was his. The far speaker toad came hopping out.
Renato!
It croaked, sounding like a toad version of Zenobia.
Don't use the Skyripper! It will destroy the world!
Yeah, sure it will, cracked Renato. Pull the other one.
If you don't trust me, go see Calaveras. He'll tell you the same thing.
Oh, she would say that. That sounded sensible. Why did she always have to sound sensible all the time? Oh, it was infuriating.
Of course she would say that. He was supposed to hurry and bring the Skyripper to the council so the rebels could actually win the war. But what if she was right?
Oh god.
Damn it.
Are we gonna die straight away because it's the last mission for me anyway?